What's up, guys? Welcome back to our channel, or welcome back to the channel. So I hope I'm audible enough, but I trust this mic. So once again, I'm here to. So once again, we are uploading another video. So guys, because this is the platform where we actually try to grow you guys, especially young people who are maybe some of you are just exited high school, some of you who have just exited tertiary and you are looking for employment, you're trying to grow yourself, you're trying to establish yourself into society or into the world. So we are trying to teach you guys some particular skills that you're going to need or require into making it out there and actually creating your own career, creating your own business, your own brand, and yourself as an individual, as a social being or a societally contributor of some sort. So uh, first of all, I wanted to introduce the new gear, the equipment for the channel. So as you can see before me, we have the podcasting mic. So currently we only have this one, but I'm looking to get more. And behind the camera, we have the ring light. Then we have the the tripod. So those are just the new introduction and the new babies of the channel. So, but that's not the main topic for today, as you can see from the title. So, today I want us to talk about one particular skill I think you are going to require, in fact, not even need or require when you are actually pursuing your dreams, not only in terms of corporate or in terms of employment. I think even when it comes to interacting and relating with other people in society. So, guys, we grew up and we were raised to be respectful, and we were raised uh, to have some good manners so that we could actually be accepted into society. But I think it's high time we start talking about self confidence. We talk about self esteem. We talk about having that charisma that's going to sell you out there, because marketing yourself and actually being respectful are somewhat clashing in our time in our day and time. So I think that cooperated together, it actually leads to us not only being shy, actually losing our emotional control whenever we are dealing with losses. So, hence the topic for today, emotional intelligence. So, first, I'll just tell you a small story about myself. So, uh, after graduating, yeah, let me just take it from there. After graduating, like any other adulting person. So during high school and tertiary, I met somebody like everyone else, which to some level you could think that that's the love of your life, that's the person you're going to marry. So that's for me, that was the first moment where I felt like uh, I am really weak, or I'm really not up there when it comes to controlling my emotions. So, but who could have blamed me? Because, like anyone else, no one has ever trained me about emotional intelligence, self resilience, and so on and so on. And that not only affects your 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 marketing into corporate, but it also affects uh, your performance at work as well. Because if you feel like every time you're going through some losses, you need to get some time off, you need to get some special treatment in a way. So what does that mean, or what does that say about the task you are actually dealing with at the current moment? Even your employers and the people who are reliant on you, what does that say about the profits of the business? What does that say? Because if maybe for that current moment you are a vital piece to attaining a certain profit margin for the business. Maybe you're supposed to complete certain tasks at a given period of time so that the business could actually fight for, or maybe fight for a particular income, or with those particular documents, or with those particular tasks, the business could actually make a lot of cash, or more profits. Then suddenly you are dealing with this mentally, you're not fit, in your heart you're not fit, emotionally you're not fit, everything, like you're not fit, then you won't give your best, or you won't deliver the best of you that we know. So what happened with me is that, okay, one thing for me is that I suck when it comes to distance relationships. So a lot of people, those who especially knows me personally, they know that I suck when it comes to distance relationships. So what happens is that during the gap between me trying to establish myself in the corporate world and after tertiary, then we kind of broke up with the person I was in a relationship with. So that kind of fucked up with my head. And I, like many other young people out there, I felt like I needed some special treatment. I needed some time off things, or some time off my life, in fact. Because it's not only, I not only needed some time off work, but I needed some time off uh, everything that I loved, listening to my music, reading the books I loved, like hanging up with the friends, doing the things that literally defined me. So I needed some time of those. So hence, I was like, then I even quit my first job after tertiary because of that. So that's when I was like, after I've recovered from then and experiencing other people, and talking about it with a lot of people, then that's where I realized that I needed to train myself. If if maybe find somebody, if maybe you can get a therapist or anyone that can train you emotionally, so that you could be able to handle losses, breakups, and all of those things, then you could actually go for that. But if you are like me, back then, where I didn't even have a sense to actually get something like that. So I literally went out there and trained myself. And it's not a rocket science. It's all about perspective. If you can change the way you perceive situations and other, so in fact, the way you perceive situations, it makes a lot of difference when it comes to experiences of these losses and gains and all of those things. So what you do is that uh, okay, what happens is that whenever we are engaging to something that leads takes the success direction, we are actually excited, we get excited, then we start, in the moment of excitement, we start losing uh, the possibility, we start forgetting the possibility of a loss, even if you haven't lost, because it's some sort of a line. You can either go up or go down. So even if maybe you've went up two steps, then you've the loss is just a step back, which means you've actually succeeded from where you were prior to the start of everything. But just because you are experiencing loss, for you it will be difficult to adjust to the new reality or to the change. So when I was doing my tertiary, my honors, so we started about change for a little bit. So, but that's the story for another day. So this is just a matter of a change of scenarios, change of situations, change of environment. So if you could be able and be willing and be open to change of situations, change of environments, then you'd be fine. So, but the understanding, that's where it starts, the understanding and the perception. So I would make an example of relationships in most cases, because where I think a lot of you will relate. That's where a lot of you have had some what experience, or if you haven't had an experience in terms of losing in that area, you are heading there. So it's coming for all of us, guys. It's coming whether you like it or not. Not only just losses in relationships, but losses in general, like in every aspect of your life, loss is coming. So that's why I'm like, if you could change the perception. So one thing I usually tell a lot of people is that do not be surprised by something that was a possibility from the start. What do I mean by that? I'm saying, for the fact that you have found someone, or for the fact that you have found something and you have made progress onto something, it means that there was a possibility from the beginning that you can actually scale back, you can actually lose that thing, you can actually go through a breakup, or you could actually uh, something could happen at work, they could fire you, and all of that. You could lose the bag, you could lose your income and all of that, for those who are ambitious about life. So that's a possibility that's there. Always have that at the back of your mind. Ne? So, but having that in the back of your mind, it's not sufficient enough to actually get you through when you are going through it. So, what I'm saying, every now and then, I'm not saying do not celebrate your wins, but I'm saying whenever you get an opportunity to actually look back and actually reminisce about where you come from and where you are right now, do not only look at the winning part only. Look at the possibilities that I could have lost here. This could have happened. This, and that, and that, and that. And anything. What does that tell you? It means that anything can happen from here going onwards. So what you need to do is that, what are the possible losses that I could suffer at the current moment, then lay them on the table. If you can write them down, write them down, but make sure that you are aware of them, and you have, like, put them down, and you have a perspective that you could go through them. And if maybe, for example, you are in a relationship, discuss this thing with your partner, discuss this thing with your significant other. Because one other thing is that we do not discuss this because we are afraid that if we could discuss them, it means that we are going there. But it's a possibility. I'm not saying tell the person, because usually that's what happens, that whenever you're trying to discuss such matters with your significant other, the significant other feels like, or they think you are saying you found somebody, or you are seeing a loss in the near future and stuff. No, just make sure that you are on the same wavelength with the person. Make them understand that you are discussing this thing not because you are contemplating for losses and stuff, but just because this is a possibility. This is something that could bring some significant change, and it could affect your relationship in a significant way. So, continuously being aware and cautious of that possibility will actually help you guys not only be able to withstand or be able to deal with the loss if it comes, but it could even help you grow deeper and more deeper into understanding the true identity of who you with at